We're real proud of the fact that we can point, say 20 years, 25, 30, 35. We're real proud of that. But it's been the work of everybody working together. And our game plan, our philosophy, people have bought into it.
The fact that we have so many employees who have been with us anywhere from 20 to approaching 40 years. And words just can't express what that means to us, that those folks would trust us with the livelihood of their families to come to work for us and to continue to work for us. And it says a lot for the environment that we create, that folks want to stay with us as long as they have.
I had an accounting degree, and I went to work in Chattanooga in public accounting. And after about 5 years, I had moved to Nashville and was talking to Wayne and Crawford, and they said, hey, this was 1993. Business is starting to pick up a little bit. Don't know if you've ever thought about it, but you might be interested, and we wanted you to go work somewhere else and get trained by somebody else. And would you be interested in the business? But they had one rule, and that was I had to start at the very bottom. On Friday, I met Arthur Anderson in a coat and tie, an accounting firm, and on Monday, I'm working out at Harding Place in Metro Nashville in our Nashville office as a recruiter, putting forklift drivers to work. And so the very first day, I had to drive from Harding Place to Trinity Lane, which was where our customer was, to check in our employees. And we were supposed to have 10 people there, and we had 3. And I got yelled at by the client because I only had 3 people. So that was my first day of work. I experienced from then on, for the really first 4 years, experienced every emotion, success, failure, trials and tribulations that goes into being in the staffing industry. By doing that, I fell in love with staffing. And as I'll say this a lot, you have to really love this business, and I loved it. I loved putting people to work. That excitement of, we need 30 people on Thursday at 7 a.m., here we go, let's find them. And you're working together with the other people in the office trying to fill that order, that team environment. I just love that. I love that thrill. Really over the next, 5 years, kind of got back in on the accounting side, understanding kind of the inner workings of how to, processing payroll and managing workers' comp and dealing with, insurance issues that we have, understanding how to read a contract, negotiating a large contract. And then I became responsible for a group of offices, had to manage big accounts, selling big accounts, maintaining that. And so really that was my first, 10, 12, 13 years in the business, just in the operational part of it. And then right before the recession is when Wayne and Crawford decided to step back. And so we began this probably 2-year transition for me to take over the business. So I take over the business in the fall of 2008, which was right before the recession. So in my first year at the helm, I always love to tell this, we had a 62% decrease in sales in my first year as a CEO of the company. And it was a great learning experience for me. Wayne and Crawford were definitely there. They had been through this. So the 3 of us were really able to survive that recession and be able to come out of it on the other side, and then have this phenomenal growth that we've had over the last 10 years. And you look at how a company that was started by these 2 guys in Martin, Tennessee, still headquartered in Martin, Tennessee. And if you look at where we are today, the ups and the downs and the trials and the tribulations and the recessions and all the people that have joined us on this journey, and then they're still here to be part of this journey. And from the early days of delivering a resume on a motorcycle to putting an oil and gas engineer somewhere in South Dakota, I mean, it's just phenomenal. Really, it's just a story that's it's hard to believe that this company in Martin, Tennessee does all this. And the humility that they have shown over the last 50 years and the leadership to get us through all of this, and then to to counsel me and mentor me as I've come through and help me get through the recession of 2008 and 2009. And then the acquisitions that we've made in Texas and in Kentucky, and bringing this new workforce in. So we're not even second generation now, we're third generation into our company's history of all these people that bring so much to us in different ways. I mean, we never, ever would have thought of having our own kind of, .NET developers on staff, but we do. We have that in Houston, Texas, and kind of how we've spread out. But at the core, we're still the Smart in Tennessee company that has these great core values, and we're proud of that. And I think anybody that's been in business 50 years, you've had a lot of success, some failure, a lot of learning, and I think that's, they've approached it the right way, and that's the way I've approached it, even as they've exited, and the mistakes that we make now, the success we've had, you just kind of put them in the journey, and you keep going with it and teach the people that are coming up, from you, and don't make the fatal mistake, but you got to be on your own to go have your own success. So it's 50 years in February, and then, where do we go from here? It's just hard to imagine. And I've been here 26 years and would hopefully be here another 26. And I think you'll see us continue to evolve and do things that we can't even think about right now. And some of them will be related to staffing and human capital, but some of them will be probably something we can't even think of right now. And I think that's what's exciting for me, is we're at a size and a place in our company that we're able to kind of do some different things and experiment with different lines of business or service lines, information technology, things that we've not done before, which is pretty exciting because we've got a great group of employees that work for us, and I think the possibilities are endless for us to keep moving forward.